So I haven't been recording anything for ages, just because I've not really had time to do anything on the car, and I've not had time to take videos because it takes ages. Sometimes I can't be asked, but I thought I'd take you through what I'm doing at the moment, which is a fuse box relocation, kind of a wiring loom tuck, as much as you can do without going mental. Just looks a lot cleaner. When you look in the engine bay, it looks a lot more aesthetic. So firstly, this is a lot easier if you're going to do a battery relocation, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting the battery in the back. All that is required to do that is you need an earth cable off your battery in the back to an earth, and then you need your positive feed coming from your battery back down into your engine bay somewhere, so that 12-volt feed from the engine loom has somewhere to plug onto. I'm using this distribution block here. So in simple terms, imagine the battery is just sat in the back, it's earthed to just somewhere in the engine, somewhere in the boot, and then I've got my 12-volt cable running back through to the engine bay. It's going to come out of the grommet underneath my loom here. It's going to run to that, sit on there, and then anything else in the engine bay that would usually go to the positive on the battery, I can just put to this terminal here. Having a distribution block also allows you a 12-volt at the front, so if you need to jump start your car or something and you can't get to the back, or you ditch your car or something, you can just jump it as normal off the 12-volt and just find an earth wherever. But yeah, as for the fuse box relocation, obviously your fuse boxes sit here, and then they run, the wiring loom from the fuse box runs under your expansion tank, so you need to take that out. It runs through the wing, out of this hole here, runs through the wing under there, and then goes into that hole just there. So now in the car, as you can see, demolished anything under there just to be able to give myself space and to see where the best place for my wiring loom to go and fuse box, etc. But basically in the car, behind your kick panel here, there's the kick panel, sits like that ish. Behind there's these 3 plugs. You'll need to undo them, and also further up, you won't be able to see it on mine because I've unplugged everything, but your loom will run out of that hole up there and will run down here like this, along here, and then to these plugs here. You need to undo them, like I said, and then you'll be able to pull the whole loom through. This is, see my fuse box, this is what is usually, they're my relays, this is what is usually in the engine bay. So you'll be able to pull it all through. I'd probably say take the wing off just to be able to get to it, but you'll be able to pull it out that way. There is a little earth that's screwed in somewhere up here that will catch you out. It caught me out. And then basically you just need to extend the cables that are going to the headlight. You don't really need to extend the cable for your indicator and your arch, because the loom's kind of in the same place in relation to where the wire was for the arch, so that's still long enough to reach. You have oh, this is that little earth, looks like that, and it goes somewhere up here, I can't remember where, but I'll have a look when I put the loom back in. But yeah, this is what the grommet looks like in your arch, that's what your loom will look like, and it traces down to these 3 plugs. So far all I've done is extended the headlight, that side light. I've extended the side light one, and I've extended my fan. I just got 20 meters of normal cable, just soldering them on, taping them up. I'm going to run them back through my wing. So you'll need, if you want it, you need headlight level adjuster extending, side light extending, side light plug, and headlight plug. You'll need to extend those. I've just got headlight plug left to do, and that one's done. But yeah, basically you'll figure it out. You'll figure out what you've got to extend to reach back to the front of the car. Basically, I'm just going to wrap all these up, tape them all up, and then buy a load of this, just so it's nice and waterproof, because I'm going to be running mine back through the wing, the same as it was. And then, in relation to getting power back into your engine bay, here's my fuse box and all my relays that's normally in the engine bay. You need I've run my loom back through a grommet here. You need these plugs in the engine bay. Ouch. These plugs here, this is pretty much everything you need to run the engine, to run the car. So you just have to feed these back through to your engine bay, plug them in, and basically if you imagine the engine bay without those plugs there, without that earth strap there, that side will be a lot cleaner. I'm just doing it because I want it to look nice. But yeah, those plugs are all you need. I'm going to wrap them up and sort of tuck them away a bit so it looks a little bit cleaner. Something else you can do, I've just found out, is if you're not running a standard airbox, you don't need this bracket that sits here. It's ugly and rusty. And it also, your dizzy cap, your dizzy plug, temp sensor and that. The loom runs here, and aesthetically it's not very nice, so I'm going to take this bracket off. The two earths that sit on this bracket, I'm then just going to earth to where the bracket connects to the engine, because it's earth to that anyway. It just get rid of that bracket. And then what I'm going to undo, I've undone some of the plugs, but I'm going to undo most of these plugs, and this loom here that runs on top, I'm going to run underneath, and then just bring the plugs back up here, and then plug them in, so you won't see any of this shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine loom. If anyone's got any questions, just drop them in the comments, because I'm really bad at explaining things in words. But this is the first time I've done it. I've had some help with a few people. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few people put their fuses in here, because then you don't have to extend everything. You just get your fuse box out, unplug the plugs you need, bring it back in here, and I suspect you probably only need to extend like 1 or 2 cables maybe. So it's a lot easier. But what I found is, what if something goes wrong? Like, what if you need to check the fuses? You've either got to take your fucking wing off or your bumper. Like, I just didn't see the point. I'd rather have my fuses and my relays somewhere that I can get to them. And also, you never know how dry they would stay in a wheel arch. So I just feel a lot, it's personal preference. It's a lot easier to do this way, but if I thought I'm going to do it, I might as well go balls deep and do it properly. So mine are in my engine bay. Mine are not in my engine bay, mine are in the car. But yeah, this is an option if you want something a little bit easier and you want your bay to look cleaner. By the way, that's Tig. Say hello. This is Tig's car. It's also a work in progress. Nice. 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 So,
Tigs finished on off the last extension. And like I said before, running them through the arch, back in where they went through before. Then we shall be wrapping them in this shroud. What's it called? Conduit, he thinks. Just for waterproofing, and then secure it up the top out the way. See, I've already done my engine loom there because my fuse boxes are in there. You can run the loom if you want it a little bit cleaner out of the grommet down here, where the loom actually already comes out of. It's hard to see. Oh shit, what was that? Oh, comes out of there and down, but this is behind your heater matrix in the middle, so it's actually quite hard to get to. That one's a lot easier to get to. You just take your glove box out and a few bits out of the dash. Yeah, that's where we're up to. Car's on. Indicator works. Headlights on. Haven't wired up my side light yet, so I don't know whether that works. Time to fucking wrap it up, much.